Only
two,
took
one.
17 minutes.
If you're up on stereo, feeling all days to come to Two-Side on Tuesdays and Thursdays, chilling out, maxing, relaxing and smoking, joking with the boo. Oh yeah, I'm token. Okay, that's all I got.
John, I'm the boo. Woo!
Shut your fucking mouth, John. Oh, no. Oh, no. All that shit talking to you, and I didn't get ready. I was like, all right, where's the fucking thing? How come I'm not watching fucking what's going on? Oh, yeah. It's because you're an idiot. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
Hi, guys.
Hey, everybody. It's my boy Pete here. Hey, you may be wondering why I called you here tonight. Well, it just so happens that we got a great opportunity for you. If you're not making $25,000 to $68,000 an hour, click the link above your head. Okay, I got some fucking clip on that on YouTube that I felt I was not making enough money at some point, and I started clicking links, and now I'm in a pyramid scheme, John. I don't know.
Are
if
you
it's
at the
a good
top?
thing. No. I'm at the ass end of the human fucking centipede on this deal. It's no bueno. We are not making any cash at this point.
That's all right. We're not making any cash on this one either, so.
Oh, you're wrong. Somehow it's going to be the two-sided pod, a 4-part segment. It's going to be in like 30 years from now. And they say the embezzling started small when John L. Peacock was only taking $24 to $48 a month. No, there's no money here. It became so easy. $24 became $24,000. No, man. My partner bought me matching Lamborghinis for my birthday. She's really doing good in teaching, he said with a sly smile 3 years later. Does this have anything to do with syndication? My boy Pete asked drunkenly. No, man, don't look into any of that shit. Fair enough, he said trustingly. See you on Tuesday, he said with a gin guzzling grin. That's how you know it's farce, John, because I don't drink gin. Ha! I don't drink gin, motherfucker.
On part 2 of Ken Burns's two-sided podcast, The Inside Story.
My dearest, my boy Pete, in times like these, that brothers are torn apart, but alliances are built that will last forevermore.
Speaking of alliances being built.
Oh, though I may be choking on my shot now, I'll be choking in my weed smoking later in remembrance of these events. I don't know. Shh, quiet. Cheers. Ping, ping.
Cheers, everybody. And howdy.
He's not even from... All right, number 1, he's not a cowboy, so he can't say howdy. Number 2, he's not Australian, so he shouldn't use a didgeridoo. Number 3, he is an idiot, so he can use a kazoo. I will let the kazoo pass. Kazoos, play!
I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
I'm my boy Pete, critiquing all sorts of music in Southern California.
And you're listening to Two-Sided, a live recorded podcast where each week I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life. The fun and the serious.
I said, you're not the boss of me, John. Sorry. It was National Boss's Day. I'm still having an overflow from that. Yeah, John, the me and the you, right? The right and the wrong, the yes and the no, the give and the take, the push and the pull, the ebb and the flow, the yin and the yang, John. The Kirsty, the alley. The Kirsten, the dunst, the cap, the cap, the bowl, the packing, the llama, the spitting, the angst, John, the two-sided pod.
Hey.
Yeah, baby. Sorry,
Jack Kerouac's in the back.
I was trying to do a
Passing
little
around
more
jugs of
jazzy.
wine. Yeah.
I'm trying to do a little more jazzy thing. Hey, man, if I can't do the rhyming thing, let's try to be a little fucking more artsy. I'm trying to get new community.
I'm not hitting wrong notes. I'm just in the flow, bro.
Right? Fucking. You're missing the ones in between, and those are the ones I'm playing, baby. Yeah.
My boy Pete, before we get too far into it, let's start with our general check-in. My boy Pete, how you feeling?
Number one, I'm doing a lot better because Julie Prunes is looking me in the eye currently, aggressively. I don't know why, even though it's through the interwebs, far, far across the sea in another land, I see that she looks into my soul. Aww. And I say that is a good thing. So how am I doing? I'm doing pretty good, John. Also, I said, physician, heal thyself tonight. I have just been partaking pregame. Like I'm ready to rock. I've set the baseline low. I'm working with nets. There's mattresses everywhere. I have a fire team. It's great. I'm ready to rock.
Well, then let's bring in your fire team, because that's going to lead us to our first lightning round.
What's up, Johnny P. What's up, my boy Pete?
What up, lightning round guy? How you doing, brother?
Oh, baby, another day in paradise, man. Chilling.
That's right on. That's right on. How was your week? We got a little catch up on my boy Pete's week, but haven't really heard much from you.
Yeah, I like good jump offs, good intros, and it's always good to have open-ended questions like, hey, here's 7 days. What happened? Well, you know what? There's a lot of things happening. They could be hallucinations. They could not be. They could be pending court cases. Who knows? We're not here to comment on any of them. So we're just going to leave it at that. Y'all have a good night. Woo! Lightning round guy out.
All right. Hey, he's getting better at that whole talking thing. I do see that he's working on it over the weekends.
No, I really fucking hate you, because you're like, do you like weather? Go. How about things? Fuck you, John.
Of everything we talked about last week, the only thing you remember is the one question that I asked by the lightning round guy.
Of all the things we talked about last week, I want you to make an executive decision. I think lightning round guy might be meeting a horrible demise. It could be like a General Hospital episode where he's going to be dead. We're going to think he's dead for maybe 8, 9, 12 months. He might come back. He may never. We don't know. We don't know what the writers have in store. But right now, the fucking writing staff is disagreeing, and someone's making a goddamn executive decision and fucking ending a goddamn life, John.
Allegedly. No crimes are being committed. Allegedly. Well, anyone who's anyone knows that the first lightning round of the episode is always a standard Q&A. My boy Pete, you ready for the questions?
John, give it to me. Let's go for the questions. What are they?
My boy Pete, would you consider yourself an outlaw?
No. I believe outlaws are known. It's a known badge. It's a known. You know where the outlaws are. You know who the outlaws are. Oh, there they go. No.
Okay. Well, the follow-up question is, my boy Pete, would you consider yourself a criminal?
I would consider myself a smooth criminal.
I
want
to give that one to you.
Yeah.
That was pretty smooth.
Just saying.
What were you saying? You want me to know?
No, I want you to know there's nothing to know. Yeah, no. As long as you don't know, just everything's normal. Everything's. Hey, man, you're wearing flip-flops on this job? Yeah, man. Because I'm not running from anybody.
Nice. My boy Pete, what is the difference between an outlaw and a criminal?
Your modus operandi, your outward appearance, your outward willingness to be judged and seen, and how you operate.
Okay, well, that leads to my final question. My boy Pete, are you a fugitive from the law?
I don't answer questions, John.
Are you a fugitive from the law? You got to tell me if you are.
Are you a cop? If you are, could you give me fucking access to the evidence locker? Because there's some shit in there I've been really wanting to check out. Not for my case, just in general.
For a friend's case.
I mean, I'll make friends with anyone's cases I can see. Equal opportunity friends, allegedly.
Allegedly. All right, my boy Pete, we got a couple of packets to pop, and then we're going to jump into our first segment.
Okay, all right. Here we go.
One thing, and there's only one thing, I swear to God, put me on a lie detector, there's only one thing I hear about this app, and it's basically incriminating yourself. So if someone asks you a question, would you consider yourself a criminal? Who in their right mind goes, yeah, and then they just go, oh yeah, I did this, tax fraud, oh yeah, I did this, I blatantly, stored some people's body on the you're gonna admit all this stuff. No, you're not.
Yeah. No, the thing is, it could be. It's like one of those fucking stupid murder podcasts. You don't know what these people are talking about. And then after they took the snitch's eyes out, they took turns pissing in the bitch's ocular cavities. This way to the rec room. Like, you don't know if that's true or not, but it's a great story and you're going to tune in. So anyway, if you tune into the end of the episode, John will tell you where the first body part is hidden. He's not saying from a murder, ongoing or otherwise. He's just saying, I know where a body part is. Could be mine, could be yours, could be someone's. Could have been from the deli. I got a nice new fucking picnic roast. It's a big ham hock, beautiful leg. I buried it in a backyard over in Queens. I like to make people happy. Hey, kids, you like dinosaurs or dead bodies? Go dig in that lot. Okay, have fun. Hey, one of those kids is going to be an anthropologist or a goddamn detective. All right, my work here is done. Oh, one more. Yeah.
The difference between a criminal and an outlaw is a criminal has been prosecuted in a court of law for their outlawish behavior. Because self-explanatory, you don't follow the laws. You live outside of the laws as much as possible without getting caught and called a criminal in a court of law.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I'm with that. I like that. I like that reasoning. I like that. Thank you for. That's the same thing. It's like, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm a drunk. Alcoholics go to meetings.
Right.
Have you been caught? No, then I'm this. Okay, I like that. Yeah. Outlaws haven't been caught.
Sure, because that's going to lead us into our first segment. My boy Pete, you have a shot?
Well, John, does a frog bump its ass when he hops?
Yes.
There you go. Does the Pope wipe his ass when he shits in the woods?
No, he has the card to do that. I know that. Everyone knows that.
All right. Is a big brown bear Catholic? If the answer is yes to all three, then let's drink.
Yes.
Might have mixed a couple of those up. I don't know.
Cheers, everybody. Because we're going to talk about Outlaws, my boy Pete.
No such thing as a halfway outlaw.
There's no such thing as the three-quarter outlaw. Right. Everyone knows that quote.
Yeah, well, technically, 2 halfway outlaws do make a full criminal.
Is it a smooth criminal?
I'd have to talk to the Jackson estate to see if we can use that terminology, but I'm pretty confident we can expect an answer within the next quarter, John. Maybe a fortnight, at least.
At least.
Well, at least we didn't say fortnight anymore. John, tell us about Outlaws.
We're talking about the country music movement, the Outlaws.
Jesus Christ. Hey, folks. Remember when everybody was getting all excited? Like, fuck yeah. We're going to talk about, like, fucking old biker gangs, the formation of the Hells Angels. We're going to talk about Jesse James. We're going to talk about Billy the Kid. Like, hey, man, you guys like folk music? Well, have I got some neck beads and bracelets for you? Jesus, John, you let us all down already. You can only go up from here. Folks, hold on to your butts, pour your shots. We're in for a ride.
From PBS during the 1970s.
If you like Peter, Paul, and Mary, you'll love this next segment that John L. Peacock has. Puff the John L. Peacock has another segment. If you order now, you'll get a tote bag for all the stupid shit that John sells you tonight. Okie dokie, call while we still have the lines open. Back to you, John, in the studio.
Well, Ken Burns does have a 17-part documentary on the Outlaws. I chose not to watch it because I didn't want to take anything from him. Anyway, during the 1970s.
Yeah, I don't believe in research from people who've done it well. I believe in looking at websites. I read something on the back of a toilet stall once. I'd like to bring it into play in this conversation.
2 Texans were challenging the status quo in country music. Discouraged by the trajectory of his singing career, Willie Nelson left Nashville and moved to Austin. There he found an emerging music scene that was more freewheeling and more welcoming to offbeat artists like himself, where long-haired college students and redneck truck drivers partied together and learned, Willie said, that they really didn't hate each other, end quote.
I'm with you. No, once you find a common ground, it's pretty amazing because music and festivals, it is a very common ground. It is like and it doesn't matter what the genre is. If you are into it and you go, like, you'll find your tribe, you'll find your people, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, man, fuck those long-haired college students. Get a job, you goddamn hippies.
Well, speaking of that, Hell's Angels and Outlaws and Merry Pranksters, Outlaws in their own right, from Ken Kesey, came together and partied. So, opposites can
Right.
get along.
But that was, yeah, they did, but that was a whole thing. It wasn't on their own terms. There was a whole meeting of minds. There was like, hey, let's make a truce because we have like-minded interests. It was more of a business proposition, more than like, hey man, you guys like music? Well, you guys want to share some tote bags? Right on over on your fucking hogs, and we'll share tea and tote bags. It's not that, John. Business makes interesting bedfellows.
That is true. That is true. My boy Pete, I don't know if you've ever said anything more correct.
No, John, the thing is, I would not be talking to you every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 a.m. Greenwich Mean Sandwich time on Wednesday mornings if you're across the pond. If it wasn't for all the goddamn money that I was pulling in because of the association with a fucking live peacock. Look at him, he's a peacock in the wild, tamed only by the Brooklyn wilderness. Holy shit.
So the other Texan was Waylon Jennings, who stayed in Nashville and began breaking all the rules on how much control an artist had over how a record got made. Because at that time, the control was always with the producers, right? He created a song, "Are You Sure Hank Did It This Way?" That became a rallying cry for the movement.
Right. I had to take 4 hostages. The engineer didn't sleep for 4 days. I made him shit in a bucket in the corner, but I got that goddamn record made. That's how I took control. Yeehaw! Remember the Alamo. I don't know if I'm getting my fucking genres crossed, but how do you take control of something? Someone who realizes they've just needed too much and they finally don't back down?
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the deal, John. Here's the deal, John. What I'm going to need from you to appear next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 a.m. Greenwich Mean Wich Sandwich time on Wednesday morning, if you're across the pond. They call me the Waylon Jennings of the modern day podcaster, John. I realize my worth. And what I need from you, John, I need a little goddamn respect. little less talk, a little more rock and roll.
Well, you are a little bit rock and roll, and I'm a little bit. So this whole movement was summarized in the title of the album the two of them did together, "Wanted!" The Outlaws. And that album rose to the top of the country charts, crossed over to the top 10 on pop charts, and after selling millions of copies, became the first certified platinum album in country music history. And it sold millions more after that.
Yeah, it was a good album. There's some good songs on there. Waylon Jennings, man. I don't know. Like, I was a big fan of Willie.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call myself a country fan. I didn't go deep in the annals. I was very surface.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, before I go further, so what is surface to you? What is the country that you were exposed to that you're like, yeah, I dig this? So Willie,
Kenny, the Judds, Waylon,
Man in Black.
Think of Johnny Cash, Winona Ryder before she shoplifted.
Okay.
No, that was the Judd before she died. Sorry. Who was Johnny's wife? The Lynette.
June Carter.
June Carter. Yeah. Fucking all those. Yeah. Like that John, like the really popular ones, but I didn't go deep.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, you like Eric Clapton in Cream? Like, yeah, Cream. Like people are like, what the fuck? Yeah, man. I didn't go that deep.
Okay.
Well, Yardbirds.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, the Yardbirds.
No.
Well, you said it, and Jennings said it before you. Quote, "Suddenly, we didn't need Nashville, they needed us." And Willie Nelson added his own 2 cents, quote, "Oh, we thrived on it. We thought it was the best thing that happened to us. Hey, they're calling us outlaws. Everybody who's in the creative business has to have a little outlaw in him. I think there's a lot of people out in the audience who have a little outlaw in them too. So they're willing to forgive us as long as the music was good."
Hey, all out there. How many out there got a little outlaw in them? Woo! All right. Well, if you go to your concession stand, you can get a little outlaw into you. That's 5% alcohol for $10.99 for 4 ounces. That's right. Put that outlaw on you. Yee-hoo! John, we're going to make a goddamn mint.
Well, yeah, it has to. Yeah, you got to get a little outlaw to get a little money back, right? They were not succeeding because the record labels were in control in Nashville, and Nashville was the only scene that was seen as country. Yeah.
Right. So they couldn't make any money. They couldn't get anything off the top unless you're going to go be a busker and sell your own merch at the table, and like, who wants to do that shit? You're not getting anything on the back end, so they had to take control, John. It was a fucking pirate venture. It was they were swashbucklers, sloshbucklers. There were belts who were kind of drunk. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Was the buckler a belt?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, swashbuckler. So they were swashing a belt?
No.
Buckle. A buckle is a belt.
A sloshed buckle would be
a slosh buckle.
That would be a drunken belt. A swashbuckler would be a pirate. Yar.
So in the excerpt, in The Highwaymen, Friends Till the End, Waylon Jennings, it's his autobiography, talks about how he started the movement. And he said, for us, Outlaw meant standing up for your rights, your own way of doing things. It felt like a different music, and Outlaw was as good a description as any.
Fuck yeah, outlaw country. We eat roadkill. Woo-hoo.
The
I don't
term,
know, man. I'm flashing back to I want to say season 5 of Archer, when they're cocaine runners, and it's before they go to Miami, and Charlene becomes a country singer, and so they have to get her to a show in Florida, but they can't fly, so they get a bus and a chaser car, so it's Smokey and the Bandit. And it's so fucking good. It's so good. But the whole thing, it was what did you just say before? It led me to that. Outlaw country. She just screamed, outlaw country. Like, why the fuck are we outlaw country? And like, shoot the TV. I'm like, why do you have a tortoise? Country. I highly
That's
recommend.
what this whole segment was leading to. Your fever dream remembrance of that episode.
How have you guys been in my goddamn fever dreams? Well, turns out it's just like the old gypsy woman said. This is how it's going to end. I'm waiting for the door to open and someone bring me a large smoked ham, and inside it will have a bomb. Inside it will have a bomb. Yes, words do not make sense anymore. Conjugation no longer needed. Yoda talk. All forward.
Etymology of outlaw, it was possibly coined by music critic Dave Hickey to describe the artists who opposed the commercial and creative control of Nashville's recording industry. And obviously, it was Ladies Love Outlaws by Lee Clayton that was sung by a certain Waylon Jennings that made it super popular and made it viral, if you will.
Right. Ladies Love Outlaws. Am I right, folks? All right. Country music, man. Country music songs. Well, that, like any song title, unless you're Taylor Swift, all your song titles are trash. Unless you're Taylor Swift or New Kids on the Block, titles are trash.
What's a couple of titles for Taylor Swift?
I don't know, but she can't do anything wrong in my eyes, John.
What's a couple of titles from New Kids on the Block?
The Right Stuff.
Baby.
No, that's in parentheses.
Right,
and also parentheses remix. It's at the end of the album. Highly recommend. If you guys have the time, if you're into the New Kids, I highly recommend getting the deep cuts. Go to the B-sides. That's where all the gems are. Jordan, John, yeah, come on. We got a funky, funky Christmas going on. Yeah, that's right.
So in an interview, Waylon said, quote, they wouldn't let you, referring to the restrictiveness of Nashville, quote, they wouldn't let you do anything. You had to dress a certain way. You had to do everything a certain way. They kept trying to destroy me. I just went.
Hey, man, they said you got to wear fucking pants. They said, hey, man, you can't fucking bring a cocktail into the goddamn office with no pants on. It's like, you can't control me. I'm a man about town. I ain't got time for pants or putting glasses down, I said. I'm outlaw style, and I got songs to boot, baby. Anyway, we're going to have a whole documentary and movement about this shit. Y'all better be on the right side of history. Everybody who's with me, take off your pants and pour a cocktail and follow me out of this goddamn office. And that, John, that is how the movement was started.
I can't believe you were able to pull up the full quote that I was reading. Thank you. I'll continue past that part that you just said by Waylon. They kept.
Well, I just want you to know that's my pitch to Hulu. I need you to fill in the blanks with the rest of this, okay? So we're going to get this movie made one way or another. I believe in you, John. You need to do the fucking bread and butter. I do the pitch. That was pretty good. You go, shh. And then what? After Waylon did that with his pants off, and like, I'm going to say right now, if we're doing the treatment that we're going to show people, it's about 45 people from the office dropped trow, right? And they passed enough booze around. They realized they didn't have enough, and they did this whole humming thing as they like poured it into little fucking whiteout containers, and like little like they did like everyone's like, we're gonna drink whiteout instead. It's like, I don't know if it's that, but it's very American. It's very outlaw country. Fuck yeah, we drink whiteout and fuck yeah. No trousers have fuck yeah. We take stairs because the elevator's full. Yeah. And then everyone with white lips just walks down the stairs with no pants. I don't know. We'll work that part out. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, then it zooms in on Waylon, and then it cuts to the present, right? Because that was all a flashback. And Waylon continues with this quote: "They try to destroy me. I just went about my business and did things my way. You start messing with my music, I get mean."
That's literally, John, what I said. So what you did, John, that's what we call editorializing. That's broad strokes. I gave you play-by-play. This is court documents. There was eyewitness reports. I have 48 pantless, whiteout drinking, cocktail wearing. I mean, there was partial cocktails because they had one bottle and they were doing this, and so they all had whiteout but a little booze. So they all tested, and they were all at 0.001 with a little whiteout, no pants. All of them testified. John, this is court documents, and this is how he got free when they were coming at him. John.
Yep.
He said, "I'm coming back at you." And I don't know if it's in your research, but he did come to court, full three-piece suit, tearaway pants. When he finished testifying, because he said, I respect this court, they're coming at me, but I refuse to wear pants after I leave this courtroom, Your Honor. And the Honor said, I will allow it. And he said, outlaw country. Testified. John, it was, and this is going to be the finishing scene, John. This is going to be the finishing scene when the execs are going to love it, John. After he's done, all out, he said, Your Honor, outlaw country. Walks out, everyone stands up, the jury has a tear. One dude fucking stands up, like, fuck yeah. Like it's a slow clap of outlaw country, and then the music starts, fuck yeah. People just start dropping trout. The fucking old lady who's the court fucking, who is the head court fucking jury foreperson? Yes, I am. She's 68 years old. Oh, in fact, old skirt drops, has her old granny pants. Fuck yeah, outlaw country, motherfuckers. And he fucking tears away his pants, and it freeze frames with his pants up. Fucking outlaw country, John. Cheers.
The roll credits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bing, bing, bing.
Cheers. Macau. Well, that was the final scene. But the first real act of defiance, first real outlaw act that Waylon Jennings did was refusing to re-sign RCA's offer because of his the influence of his new manager, Neil Reshin. The offer was $5,000 to re-sign for more albums. $5,000. So he ended up with a $75,000 deal with full artistic control.
All right. It's not as good a story as I told, so I don't know if I could sell this to the studio.
It's the beginning. It's the roots. You see what's happening. Full artistic control means no pants.
Okay, fair enough. I'll allow it. Keep going. Let's see what else happens.
Side story. 1970, the year he recorded his debut album, Chris Christopherson told New York Times, quote, "People kept telling me that I'd never make it in Nashville, that I ought to head for California or New York." Hey, shout out to the two sides. Thanks, Chris Christopherson.
You're the worst.
That album would exhibit the songwriter's growing disdain for the establishment and make him a key figure in the outlaw country movement of the 1970s.
Hey, man, here's the deal. Fucking coastal cities can fuck right off. I'm hanging out right in the middle of this motherfucker, making goddamn outlaw music. Outlaw country. Fuck your pants. Let's have a cocktail and celebrate. I'm Chris Christopherson.
So this movement was influenced more by blues, honky-tonk, and rockabilly than country of Nashville at the time.
Right. Breaking and entering, home invasions, witness intimidation, all of my favorite things when I think of outlaw country. John, if we can't do the inception of, we're going to do the dark underside of outlaw country. Did you know outlaw country existed only because of witness intimidation? Y'all are going to do outlaw country. Y'all ain't going to have no country at all. Oh, no. Also, manipulation. Hey, y'all like outlaw country or kittens? I have kittens if you like outlaw country. Meow, 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 meow. I love kittens. Meow, meow, meow. And outlaw country. And outlaw country. Manipulation. Seedy underbelly shit. But it's country. It can't be kittens. Y'all like longhorn steer. Oh, I love me some longhorn steer. If all I gotta do is like outlaw country to get me a steer, I'm gonna like me some longhorn steer outlaw country. I knew you would. Sorry, John. I don't know. I've heard stories. I'm just repeating what I've seen on the internet. I'm merely a vessel for outlaw country aficionados who are upset and tired of the man outlaw country just putting us down and not telling us the whole truth about outlaw country, John.
Yeah. Well, I'll put him. Also, Neil Reshin pops up again. This manager who's never talked about in outlaw country. He's the first person to say, "Hey, don't take that $5,000 deal. Hey, take your pants off. Hey, sign with Atlantic Records." There, Willie Nelson, and he was the first country artist ever to sign with Atlantic Records.
They're trying to silence him, John.
Yeah.
They're trying to silence him.
But he can't be silenced. No. The pants can go off, and Neil Reshin name will live on.
Oh, see, and that, John, and that's one of the breakthroughs we made when we no longer felt we were being oppressed in the darkness as a movement. We felt it had come to the light, and now we could move forward pants free.
and they did whitewash this in the mainstream media, but my Pete had shown us the truth. But what they said is that they gave away the
fuck did you
rhinestone
say?
suits. What the mainstream whitewashers of country outlaw movement say is that they traded in their
My
rhinestone
boy
suits for leather jackets. What they didn't say is they also got rid of pants altogether, and that's where my boy Pete's letting come to light.
Right. The thing is, it's the little things in life. If you guys are making it through on Route 66, make sure you stop at the Museum of Little Known Facts, right there in Amarillo, New Mexico, right on the cusp of reality. And when you get there, you will see things you have never seen before. And one of them is the moment we tipped into the precipice of outlaw country reality. Oh, and if you think there will be more answers coming henceforth, there will not be. You will only know the true answers if you go on the journey, because John isn't the journey more about the answer than the question is the layover when you have to go to Denver when you're flying to Cincinnati. I'm not sure, but if you go to business class, you can go to the lounge while you're searching for the destination of the journey to Canton.
Canton?
Can't we not? I don't know, bud.
Sounds like we're all slouching towards Nirvana, if you know what I mean. Enter the man in black.
Riddle me this, John. You say that we talk too much of factual things. I say we take too little time on things of whimsy and natural fun. John.
And so we agree. I say we talk too much about facts, and you say we talk too little about the whimsy?
Riddle me this, John.
Yes.
How dare you?
Sorry, that was factual.
Yeah. See? Look at that.
Oh, brought my cough back.
One of us always lies and one of us always tells the truth. Guess which one's which? Oh, I think you fucking know. It's fucking John. That would be a great John.
Yeah.
If this whole podcasting thing doesn't work out, bud.
Why would you say that?
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Well, or if we need to pick up a second job in addition to podcasting and you're willing to work as a gate gargoyle with me, where one always tells the truth and one always lies, and they have Wi-Fi so we can do the podcast while we guard the gate. Would you be willing? Also, be aware, you always tell the truth or always lie.
Yes.
All right. Well, folks, you heard it here first. You now know whether to plan or not to plan to see us at the gate opening, where it may or may not have Wi-Fi. Folks, this is the next episode I'm pitching to the Labyrinth. I'm like, hey, you guys like Labyrinth? What about Labyrinth 2 featuring podcasters? Right? Here's the deal. Me and John, we're the gate guys, yeah?
I'm sorry. We're the what?
They call us the gate guys. Yeah, we call us Tommy knockers. Tommy knockers. Look at these fucking gate guys. Hey, don't make it weird. Gate. But we
Would
are
it
super happy.
shouldn't.
Hey, if it was written in the 1950s, we'd be the gay gate gays because we're super happy to be gate gays.
We love our job
Ain't-
so much being gay guys.
Ain't nothing wrong with being a fucking gate guy. Hey, tell me I'm wrong, or I'll fist fight you. One of us tells the truth and one of us always lies, but one of us always fucking goes for the chokehold.
And if you can solve that riddle, you'll get through our gate.
All right, we got to keep going, John. We're building up so many messages, and you are wasting time and precious energy because Outlaw Country keeps on derailing you, John, because I refuse to let you have a segment where Outlaw Country don't fucking run house, baby. Woo! Hey, folks, if you like what you heard, if you can't believe what you've seen, if you don't understand how we've been here for the last almost fucking 3 years. Did I get that right?
No, almost 4.
Fuck. All right, folks. I guess I'm always one line. If you don't understand how we've been here almost 4 years, well, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your goddamn parole officer. We'll be here next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 a.m. Greenwich Meanwich Sandwich time on Wednesdays if you're across the pond. John, tell them what they've won.
They've won the Highwaymen. That's right. Jennings, Christopherson, Nelson, and Cash all together forming the Highwaymen.
On a riverboat I ride, stealing captain by my side. Oh, that's such a good song.
Such a good song. It's actually
Such a good song. Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, Waylon Jennings.
Oh. Yep.
Ooh, so good.
I thought you had more. Okay, so that really cemented the country folklore of the Outlaw.
Paul Rubens, Pepe Le Pew, Steve Perry.
Pew is canceled. Pew is canceled.
Hey man, he's fucking one of the outlaws, baby. I'm just here to make friends and kiss some ladies. Why is that outlaw stuff? I go on and on and on and on and on and on. Bonjour, ça va? Pepe Le Pew. I know, horrible. Okay, sorry, go.
A big common denominator of the Outlaws are their children followed in suit. And Hank Williams Jr., who was rising in his own right, was highly influenced by the Outlaws. And he said that he was singing about his outlaw friends choosing their home lives over the unforgiving road in his 1981 All My Rowdy Friends, parentheses, have settled down.
Man, can't trust them. That's one of the ones I like to put on when we're at the barbecue, man. All my rowdy friends, they settle down too. No, honestly, that's some bullshit. Why you got to make a song about that? Hey man, that's great. Like now, oh hey man, lone wolf shit. Like that's. Hey man, the next his follow up is like, hey, you should probably go to AA if you can get a ride. Hey, all your friends have families. What's wrong with you? Hey, your lady left you and your dog sleeps with the neighbors. Call a friend. Like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck is this album doing with my life? This is bullshit.
This started to create a decline in the movement itself, but the movement has lived on and influenced such Texas stars of Guy Clark, Steve Earle, Townes Van Zandt, and really became the true lyric backbone of Texas country. So Outlaw Country lives on. Outlaw Country! Back
Outlaw
out!
country. The first thing, if you want to become an outlaw country musician, you got to kill an executive from a record label. That's rule number one. That's how you get your first teardrop. It's a little guitar. You get a mandolin under your left eye. You're right. I don't know my left, my right because I got my left eye poked out. Fucking mandolin with a fucking mountain dulcimer. Someone attacked me. We were in a fucking country. We were in an outlaw country fight with the fucking goddamn executives, and they had backup. Fucking some of our brothers signed, and it was horrible. It was the Wayward Mountain Sons. 3 of them came at me at once. 4 of them had mountain dulcimers. 1 of them had a banjo. Well, I took that guy out with a banjo real quick. Outlaw country style.
Outlaw Country style.
Turns out the dulcimer hit me right in the cranium. Well, then I gave it right to him in the breadbasket with my jaw harp, and the other 2 ran away. Outlaw country. Anyway, I lost an eye to a mountain dulcimer. That's why I got a little mandolin teardrop, because I killed a man with the dulcimer. After he fell down, I killed him. Too much. Outlaw country. Dulcimer. You guys like stringed instruments? Why is everyone walking away? Outlaw country. Holy shit. And that was my favorite Tiny Desk concert ever on NPR.
I just want to take a moment and applaud you, my boy Pete. The use of a heightened vocabulary is such a stupid little thing. You were amazing. That was beautiful. That was poetic. You had cranium. You had dulcimer in there.
Here's the deal.
Toot sweet. I think you had a toot sweet in there somewhere.
The Lord God gave me a few different gifts, John. None of them are useful in day-to-day life. But when you get enough alcohol fucking mixing in the system, I can throw darts like a motherfucker. I can play pool. I can do trivia. I can give a own soliloquy about anything. John, I'm not touting my own thing, but I do come with my own soapbox and my own wood if I get accused of anything, so I can
hop on up.
Yeah, shh, quiet, John. I need to take a break from all this. The room is clear now, John.
All this outlandishness.
I believe.
Oh, the room is clear, John. I believe all the spirits are gone. Let's play some messages and see what we can do. We got a lot to get through, and I don't know if we can, but Lord willing, the old priest and the young priest is going to be okay with it. Let's see what happens.
Okay, a couple of things. Number one, karaoke box, sorry. Karaoke box on stereo. Anyway, yeah.
Try again.
I'm quite scared how you know that. It's almost as if you've got that recited for if you ever get, done by the police. Just letting you know, number one. And then number two has to be that was actually really good and succinct. And I think that when you say that is someone an outlaw, I don't think I could ever be an outlaw because I believe in the law way too much. And it's stupid because blatantly politicians don't believe in the law. But I don't know, what does that say? It's like, to become a politician, you then have admitted that you don't care for law. I don't know. You think you're above the law? I am the law! Sorry, I was watching Just Trap.
I hope you mean the first one, because it's way better. But the second one's good too. I hope you watched them both, compared them, and if you write me a 1,000-word essay we're going to send you John L. Peacock's home address and a gift card for the nearest chip shop. John, I could go on for hours. Like, I don't know why we do segments. John, we should just talk to people. This is ridiculous.
You've been hit by, you've been struck by my boy Pete.
So I'm like a massive wuss when it comes to watching horror films. I'll be brutally honest with you. Haven't been to the cinema to watch a horror film since maybe either Happy Death Day, last one of a comedy, but I don't know, that was a good film. Or The Ring. The Ring, now that was a fucked up film. And I think I was only like about 18 at the time as well. But anyway, the point is, anyway, so you go to this thing, you find out there's this one film called The Heretic.
No.
It's got
No.
House and everything. And it's basically got the kind of concept of sort blatantly like people in the house are trying to get out of it.
No.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But the only reason I want to go to the cinema to watch it is that it's two girls from the Church of Latter-day Saints.
This fucking guy, John. Folks, I don't usually take time to talk about our listeners, but in this case, I will. Fuck you. That's horrible. Don't ever sell your soul for watching Mormon girls do horror films for a horror film. That's horrible. It's too scary, bro. That's horrible. Okay, the only horror film you should watch is Cabin in the Woods. I was convinced to watch it. People like, you have to watch it. It's like, and it started, I'm like, this is bad. Fuck you, this is bad. And then as soon as it turned bad, it did a twist. And it was like, oh no, it's great. It's fucking fantastic. So if you haven't watched it, watch that. But don't ever, ever, ever watch anything with Mormons and horror films. Outlaw country.
Being a Texan, I can tell you why they really didn't hate each other, because they were all smoking weed, man, drinking beer, just like on stereo.
So I came into your window, and your window was open. Yeah. I hope you have shots, because we're going to do some shots. Yeah, I said. Come on, John. Johnny, are you okay? Are you okay, Johnny? Shh, quiet.
Yeah, it's like the Church of Latter-day Saints. And, what better example of I've given up with organized religion that Hugh Grant is tormenting these two women from the Church of Latter-day Saints?
These guys.
I want to watch that shit. That sounds amazing.
You're horrible. You're the worst. You're the worst.
In 1986, everything changed with random drug testing, and goodbye to the scene where the truck drivers were smoking pot. Dun 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 dun.
They also couldn't do speed, which kind of was I'm just saying, from a truck driving background, firsthand family knowledge of, I consider family is, that was a good thing for a lot of people. But also, man, if you get your medical cocaine card, all of that would be in the past.
The fact that my boy P is on a first name basis with all these people, yeah, you bloody hick piece of shit.
I know. Sign me up. Call me what you will. I will answer.
I think you forgot Hank Williams Jr. He's considered an outlaw. I don't know if he inherited his daddy's drinking, but he has a wonderful voice.
It is great. It is great.
Okay, so not sounding funny, I am so just like a law-abiding citizen. Any chance an outlaw could be in me is if I liked pegging. If I liked pegging, maybe like there'd be an outlaw in me. You know, see what I did there? I made a gay joke.
Not only did you make a gay joke, but you made a gay joke that only hits if you're from the UK. My man, really think it's the little things like rules. When you live in a society that has all the rules, like that is how it starts, right? Law breaking starts with it's an affront of rules. And once you start bending a couple here, bending a couple there, then the other ones get like, oh, I'm not breaking it. I'm bending it. I'm not going over the helmet. I'm going around the helmet. It's subjective. And as long as you can talk about it in your head, I feel spiritually, I'm good with it. Once I can't get around that, no, then I have to call my attorney. Allegedly.
I think Chris Christopherson, who just passed away, is considered an outlaw as well, because didn't they all record an album song?
Yeah, that was the one.
Nelson later becomes an actual criminal due to
Woo!
Yeah. He switched from being an outlaw, just laying low out there on the fringes.
But he also did
getting high.
But he also did, because his smoking, he was also an outlaw with that too, technically, because I'm on private property, y'all can't fuck with me.
Or even looking at this out of the top of my head, step by step, hanging tough. Let's see. You said the right stuff, didn't you? Yeah. Seriously, on that 38, I swear.
What about the fucking Christmas album, bro? I'm talking about deep cuts. I'm talking about B tracks. A Funky Funky Christmas. That was my shit. I had the dance for it. I had the sweater. Ooh, baby. Jordan and John, hey, what's going on? We got a Funky Funky Christmas going on. Yeah. Santa coming down the chimney tonight. Yeah, you know.
Willie Nelson got out of jail, though. He got out of going to jail because he paid his tab with the help of...
That's the thing. If you have the money, that's a whole thing. Look back at John's segment about bail, cash bail. Oof, I'm with you.
My favorite singer of all time in country music. He managed to get out of dying in an airplane. Otherwise, we wouldn't have him with us. And sad to say, we don't have Buddy Holly with us. And he had a great voice. But we're not playing, and that's all that matters.
Right, John said, Baba Booey, Howard Stern. Penis, Howard Stern's penis. That was 3. Right. We don't have any more seats in the plane. We're all full, John says. Folks, if you hit that link above your heads, you'll see John using sign language, American Sign Language, AMS, if you will. Ooh, look here. Nickels and dimes, beavers and nuts. If Christmas was wishes, we'd all have our butts. And then he shed one tear. I don't know what that's all about, John. That's some bullshit. I feel like it's a little bit off kilter. In the mountains top, then beavers will swim through the valley, and flippity flop, fishes swim away. Exactly. It's just.
Oh, I miss puppeteering. It's becoming a lost art, puppeteering. It needs You know what? I propose to the jury that we add another outlaw to the list of most wanted, and that's Bob Dylan. I think he should be called Outlaw Country because criticized folk music electric and kicked them off their folk stage.
John, come back on this one. I need you to come back because you need to do some defense here. Someone talks shit. People are going to be mad at me, and you need to give the other side of this. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
ready? No. You gotta let me get offensive. Gotta let me get offensive first before you start defending shit. If you start defending, I'm just gonna pick shit apart, and you'll have no defense, right? At least let me start attacking. Jesus, John. Know your enemy. Know your enemy. Did you ever attend any of your speech debate classes? Ever? Did you learn nothing from them? John, I ended up fucking teaching I was a TA, and then I just took over and I said, let me just work this out. My last 4 years of my last 17 years of John, for a moment in life, you know what? It's neither here nor there. John, Bob Dylan? Oh, Sam will live just. Tim Limited if do. John, here's the deal. Outlaw? No. Palsy? Maybe. Sam live. Tip do. What's the one song that I would fucking rip off and I'm gonna enunciate the fuck out of this song.
How does it feel?
Even was a sin. Yeah, how does it feel? No, it did. Even once no, not how does it feel? No, not.
Johnny's in the basement mixing up the medicine. I'm on the pavement thinking about the government.
No, that's not it. That's when. Remember, that's when we did a bunch of cocaine and tried to do the entire album in 25 seconds. Whoever can do it fastest gets a fucking another line. No.
What are
you won every time, John. John, I'm thinking you won every time. John, you are the best of us. John, you are the hope. John, you are the hope for our future. John, you are what is going to carry us on. John, I am but one teardrop looking back at the trash I've left in my wake. John, do us proud. All right, folks, and with that, we have a few more messages.
Wait, so Bob Dylan, you're saying no. What she's talking about is seminal concert that was recorded where they called him Judas because he brought out a rock band for the second half.
No, she was saying because they were calling him Judas because of what he did and how
the electrified folk.
Yeah. But
it's this great. Specific concert.
That's fantastic. That's amazing. That's great. Like, are you an outlaw? No, man. You're a fucking mumbler. You're a shirt talker. You're nowhere near outlaw status. Like, we buried executives' bodies in the desert of Amarillo. When we say remember the Alamo, it's because we've killed people and buried them in the basement of the Alamo. That's not a Pee Wee Herman reference. That's outlaw country. Chris Christopherson and I once beheaded an executive, buried it under the visitor center. Allegedly, you know what? Statute of limitations and whatnot.
The whole how do two people keep a secret if one of them is dead, right?
Hear me out, folks. And then let me tell you about my ideas for these supposedly Jackson Pollock stylists. That was my shit.
In third grade, even.
You guys don't even know.
All right. So I'm just going to say, I think there's a debate to be had there, and there's a good point because he came out and they were booing him before he started the second set because they saw him like tuning, getting the electric ready, and they're boo. And one guy yells, "Judas!" and he's like, "I don't believe you. You're a liar." And he goes into like the Rolling Stone, and the crowd goes wild.
I don't believe you, man. Right.
You're a liar.
Yeah. Hey, he shouldn't be driving. He doesn't even have a license, man. You're a liar. No, John, it doesn't matter. It's fucking apples and oranges. It's like fucking monkeys and barrels, John. It's like 6 of one doesn't make half a dozen of another. Okay, maybe that does. All right, that tracks.
The evolution of rock, of country music, and the evolution of folk music, not
evolution, because they didn't evolve anything. They just took their ability to make their own and the money they were making and how they were doing it. They didn't change the style of country. It happened to be that it was like, hey man, that's pretty good, and it hit on both levels. But that wasn't their outlaw style. Their outlaw style was like, hey man, give me my motherfucking money. That was the outlaw style. Bob Dylan, like, hey man, I got electrics out here and I can't choose or something. Something plug me in. Once upon a time, everyone got someone next to you. That guy's a real fucking outlaw. Hey, Marvin. Yeah, it's your cousin, Jimmy. You remember that sound you're looking for? Here it is. Same left tap with some love with you. Nah, man, that shit ain't. That's not fucking English. I'm not saying that. I'm good. No outlaw. That's a technological. He could be touched by an alien. You could give me more like, oh, ancient aliens. Hey man, you like fucking electricity? Like, yeah, man. But he just took it from metal bands. He took it from rock bands. He took it from bands that were there, and like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna evolve this. They didn't evolve. Hey man, what are you doing? Speeding things up, slowing it down? No, I'm fucking making my own money. Outlaw.
Outlaw country.
You're not. I have guns. Outlaw country.
All right.
Look your couch, son.
My boy Pete wins.
All right. We got three
messages. Go. I'm trying to think if Bob Dylan was included on the Highwaymen, what he would have been. I was a bartender. All the pints I would slide across the bar to one and all. Whatever. Yeah.
100%. You're right. And I'm going to say 100% because that's how it would go. I was a bartender. All the pints I did I slide. 72 him a tie. They called me and took my tie. Hamilton, register didn't fly, so I died on the floor. But I live evermore and more and more. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't a highwayman, but he was a Wilbury traveling around.
Fuck your shit, John. Here's the deal. The only Wilburys I want to deal with are the little kids who are like living in trees and shit.
You don't want the traveling kind?
No, man. Nah, man. Nah, fuck all that noise. That's not what I'm looking for in my life. Shiver, 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 shiver. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, John. Fernie just gave us a follow. Thank you, Fernie. Sorry, I forget we're doing a show every now and again. Like the thing is, folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are the Two-Sided Podcast. We are here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 a.m. Greenwich Meanwich sandwich time on Wednesday mornings. This is a therapeutic podcast where John and I get to yell our fears, hopes, dreams, and ambitions at each other and hope for the best, expect the worst. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your parole officer. We'll be here next week. Ain't that right, John? Fair enough. Got 2 more messages. Thanks, Fernie, for the follow.
It's like our house on Sundays, man. It's like, are you ready for some football? All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Because you bet it's going to be loud over here.
Folks, speaking of loud over here, if you're here on the live on the stereo streets, you can click that link above your heads. We are live on the YouTubes. You can see the tragedy that is the Two-Sided Pod live on the YouTubes. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers, hit that smash, smash that hit. Hey man, smash that hit. Like, subscribe, doesn't matter. Fucking John, I can't do it anymore. I just can't. I'm keeping plain messages.
A couple of things again you really gotta just stop it, Carrie Works. So on Twitter as well, like, okay, the thing is, right, okay, I was born in 1986, a lot of shit happened in 1986, and a lot of films nowadays seem to be set in 1986, or somewhat depicting something happened in 1986, and it's like, am I the son of, like, Christ or Satan or something? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, am I being sacrilegious? I think I am.
I don't think so at all. I've been actually saying that in the back channels for a while. This guy is either a demon or a savior. Only one way to find out. Let's play another message.
Okay, I don't know if it's sleep deprivation. I don't know if it's the time difference. I don't know if it's just me letting me just metaphorically, not literally, but I'm hanging out my house. Okay, so basically, every time you say outlaw country, is it really country, or are you just saying outlaw country to kind of make it a scene to be outlaw country? Because, I don't know. Should we all just do that now? 1, 2, 3.
Outlaw country. Yeah, finally he gets it. The whole thing is, if you yell out outlaw country, you can do everything you want. It's just like John L. Peacock brought up the no, I take it back. You know what? John usually fucks up. You did it this time. It's like when you brought up the Mormon chicks, right? The Mormons always say, bless their heart. And then you can say whatever you want. If you say outlaw country, because that's what true red-blooded humans think. See what I did there, John? You can say outlaw country after you say whatever you want. And it negates 4 more. Yeah, you're good.
But what is happening right now? Are you okay?
Yeah. Folks, this is if it's on your bingo card where we have a proof of life check, well, folks, you can mark that off on your 2-sided bingo card, proof of life. Blink 3 times if you are in trouble. Blink twice if you're having a great time. Mark that off. It's usually on the lower left. Let's keep playing messages. Okay.
Justice, now gonna know us. Head to the king and queen. Up and luck and stop running wild.
Okay, I'm not mad at that, folks. Everybody, let's take a moment. Shape, as we like to call the shape. Throw a follow because that's dope as fuck. Do you want to turn on notifications? No, man. We don't like him that much. If I can deal with repercussions. We got a couple more messages. Let's see what happens.
And you know what is ominous about all this is that all the Wilburys are dead except for Bob Dylan and Jeff, well, he produced. And all of the Heilemen are dead except for Willie. You got Willie and Bob. They need to get together right now and form the Willie and Bob posse. Yoo-hoo! Bing, bing, bing! Outlaws.
Hell yeah, outlaw country. Sounds like a threat to me. Y'all fucking better get together. You're the last ones alive. One of them holds a secret. I feel like they went to Egypt together, unleashed a fucking curse, and it's up to all of them. The last one holds the key. I don't know, man. Maybe I watched too many movies. Maybe it's outlaw country in me. I don't know. But I smell sitcom.
So, Foxy just wasn't prepared for the whole Tuesday night thing. Her phone died. So we're down to just this phone. So she said, make sure they understand that I'm there with them.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
That happened.
It'll happen.
Tripping out on this newsletter thing. Like, dude, I have so many questions about this fucking thing that you got going on, and it's like right in front and center. And anyway, I had another point, but this motherfucker keeps distracting me, like laying in the bed of roses. I keep hearing the every rose has its ginger.
Yeah, that's pretty good, John. This is the best point of my day. It's all downhill from here. Hey, folks, if you like Maria Sorvino, you'll love John L. Peacock. John L. Peacock and Kevin. Fuck, I can't. The name who shall not be named. Starred in the comedy hit Gingers and Roses. Every ginger sings a sad, sad song. Every ginger lays in roses.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's
miles apart. We feel miles apart inside. Though we're close together. No, go ahead. You're good.
My boy Pete, people are just going to keep on chiming in, and I'm going to call it. This is where we will play your messages, but we have a show to finish up, so let's finish it up, and we will continue in our green room, both in stereo and at the YouTube, so you'll be able to get those messages.
I'm going to say we have one more because as we had all the things, we're going to play one more.
Okay.
Here we go. And then after that, we're no more.
Always taking it, nobody knows exactly how Michael Gabriel feels. But in the meantime, they said it was all people listening.
Folks, and if you heard that, you have 2 days before the beast comes for you. That's right, folks. It's the modern day ring. The modern day ring. All right. So all the messages we will play after the next segment. The next segment will be coming henceforth. Sean, are you ready for it? Here's the deal. I don't give a shit because we played. Hey, bud, look me in the eye. Here's the deal. What I need you to do is worry about the day-to-day. I do color, right? You're play-by-play. Shh, quiet. Here we go. I truly don't think things are going according to plan, but Let's see
And
what happens.
And that's going to lead us to our next lightning round.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we will now read a statement by your friend and mine, Lightning Guy.
Hey, everybody. Things have been a little tough around here. I don't have the time, the patience, the emotional energy, or the spiritual wherewithal to spend another moment answering questions. My blanket statement is, please.
Please call me at twocitedpod@gmail.com. That's right. Calls are now considered emails. Thank you for listening. That is all. That's fucked up, John.
Huh. Huh. I should probably send him a call. Apologize.
No, you definitely should at least throw a raven out, if nothing else. John, we're too far gone. At this point, we're so steeped in blood. Fucking keep continuing. We're not going back.
I am going to keep continuing. This lightning round segment is one of your favorites and mine. That's right. It's Decipher That Cockney Slang. My boy Pete, decipher that Cockney slang. I haven't done this one in a minute.
No, this is because there's a reason. It's bullshit. So, folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is about to happen is you're going to witness two friends in their relationship. You're going to watch John L. Peacock sever friendship that has been in abundance for years. What's going to happen is John's going to mistakenly read Cockney slang, and I will have to decipher it and translate it. But what we've already established is none of these Cockney slangs mean anything, and we're all going to be frustrated and feel bad about our life choices moving forward. Anyone knows that I do look to the YouTube for any help and or hindrance. So if you are live on the YouTubes, please feel free to chime in and proffer your advice. Click that link above your head if you so choose. My demise is quite imminent.
This edition of Decipher That Cockney Slang is brought to you by Dog and Bone, the Cockney Rhyming Slang Dictionary by Geoff Tibbles, or Jeff, as the British spell it, Geoff, and somehow it's pronounced Jeff.
Somehow, John, I'm even more disappointed because you're like, I'm holding things up to prove that I'm looking things up. Like, I know for a fact you're not paying for it. Like, whatever free shit I can find on the internet, I'm going to hold up to prove that I looked things up on the internet. You're not making friends, bud. You're not creating allies here. Continue.
This book can be purchased for £4.99 pence, and it on the back it says it's the complete guide to the language of London. The complete guide to the language of London.
Hello, Governor. You got a tuppence or two you can spare?
One boy for sale. He's going cheap. Only 7 tuppence.
Fucking hell, right? Is that only 7 tuppence?
Fucking only 7 tuppence.
Fucking hell, that's too much for that fucking ginger.
One ginger, fuck his couch. 4 tuppence, maybe. It's a steal for 2 at most.
How about a farthing?
I'll take a farthing. One ginger sold. I got a farthing. Not sure what that is, but it's better than hookah shell. All right, good day, good day.
You gotta listen.
John, here's the deal. I'm gonna pitch that one to fucking Lin-Manuel
Miranda.
Noriega. No, Noriega. I'm gonna try to get the Cubans to sponsor it. It's a guy I know. Fucking, I know they have an embargo, but he's gonna pay us in cigars. Woo! Folks, we are the Two-Sided Pod. Fuck your couch if you don't like what we're talking about. You guys get it now. If you don't, also fuck your couch. Sorry. That one came out fucking fresh. You guys, we're here for the kids. Shh, shut your mouth. John, tell them what they won. We're gonna do a segment now. Shh. Everybody, but seriously, click that link above your head and follow us, like us on the interwebs, because John measures his fucking peaks and valleys.
And my boy Pete loves to tell you to click that link above your head. But if you're not seeing any link above your head as you're listening to us later, you can always go to our YouTube page at Two-Sided Pod on YouTube, TWO Sided Pod, all one word. And that is actually our handle for all of our socials. Instagram,
oh, shit, John.
Tickety Talk. Yeah.
That's a great idea because there's no underscores. It's all lowercase. It's amazing how easy it is.
That's right. My boy Pete, you've won. Decipher that Cockney slang. Are you ready for the first one?
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Shh, quiet. Let's do a fucking segment. Shh, folks, let's go.
First aid.
That's when someone hurts your feelings.
Rhyming slang.
First aid. Oh, slang. First aid. Gatorade. It has electrolytes. It quenches. It has what the body needs. No. First aid. Hey. Dairy Maid.
Dairy Maid?
Yeah. When you're John, I don't know if you've been to, I believe the UK region is called Cockney. If you're over in Cockney, there's a lot of dairies there, and all the dairies have maids
to like clean up around the dairy.
Well, I mean, cows don't do it themselves, John. It's an imperfect world. So Gatorade means Cockney Maid, means Dairy Maid, means first aid. So everybody gets fixed. Did I win?
Would you like me to use it in a sentence?
Could you give me the country of origin first?
It'd still be England. Or apparently the region of Cockney within England.
Oh, now we're talking. Now you're narrowing it down. Okay, I like what you're doing. John, could you use it in a sentence?
If I ever see him in a dark alley, I'll whip out my first aid.
John, could you define it? No, wait, that's the game.
My boy, could you define it?
Yeah, no, it's Gatorade. If I see him in an alley, I'm going to whip out my Gatorade because I'm going to quench some thirst when I whoop that ass.
I hate him so much. If I ever see him in a dark alley, I'm whipping out my first aid.
Lurs Wade, Kerns Spade. They don't have guns in the UK or in Cockney Town, as we call it.
They don't. Right.
Yeah, so I don't know why anyone's waiting in dark alleys. That's some bullshit. Do it in the fucking front yard. John, imagine a world where you could say anything you wanted, and the most you're going to do is get stabbed.
That's right, my boy Pete. Let's move on. Everyone got where he's going with that. George and Ringo. The next Cockney slang, rhyming slang is George and Ringo.
Everybody knows that the Beatles came over in 1922.
Right.
It was they called it the Battle of the Bulge in 1914 when everyone got haircuts like that. Don't quote me on this, but it was a George and Ringo. Before I answer anything too definite, John, let's go ahead and can you give me the country of origin?
That would be Liverpool in Cockneyton.
Oh, the Liverpoolians, John. I was a big fan of the Lilliputians, so I feel like I'm quite familiar with Gulliver and his travels to Liverpool as well. Could you, you know what, I feel like I know it, but let's just go on a limb and say, can you use it in a sentence so I can just quantify, clarify, and solidify where I'm going with this?
I think you're slowly getting it, and when the lights go on, then George and Ringo.
Oh, yeah. Fucking, there's the bingo. Fucking trees in the forest. Fucking Bob's your uncle.
Right. Sally's your aunt.
Yeah, John, did you grow up in Cockneyton? Because I feel like your slang is just like my slang, and we were down the street from each other. We were playing kick the Cockney in the streets in old Cockneyton.
Well, and I was down the way enough that I had to ride my Dick Van Dyke over to your place.
Bro, that's in this neighborhood, no one has money for that kind of shit. So I don't like you fucking highfalutin. That means
I would spin circles around you on my Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah. But rootin' tootin', like, yeah, no, I know you're trikes and bikes, but that's not what we're talking about. But we're a musical town. Highfalutin, Sean. Highfalutin. We have a whole town of bands and flutes.
Floating flutes.
You don't know this kind
floating flutes.
You don't know this kind of coffee slang, John. You're not from our neighborhood. You don't know.
Well, I used to know it, but I became a real battle cruiser, and they all knew me at the pubs. They all knew me as that battle cruiser.
The worst, John. What? Or you're just a fucking the old timer, the real boozer, just a real fucking get down, handle your town.
That's right, my boy Pete. You're starting to get this game. Hey, and we're getting out of here alive. All right, let's do a shot and do our final segment.
You know me, I don't usually like to drink, folks. It's a rare occasion where the two-sided pod comes in 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 a.m. Greenwich Mean sandwich time. If you're across the pond on Wednesday mornings, that we do any drinking, any sort, of any kind. And when we do, it's for a good reason. And right now, this one is for the people. This one is for the children. This one's for those who this one's for those who need it. Cheers, bud. Bink, bink, bink.
You're welcome for listening. Like how?
Hijo. Vaya. Come on now. Who did that? Come on.
My boy Pete, I have
Yes,
some sad news and some happy news. The sad news is I lied to you. It's not our final segment because we're actually going into, and the happy news is our short. Hey, the short.
You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. So I have some sad news and some happy news. John, this is how it's done. I have some sad news and some happy news. John, you have caught the virus and you will be expiring very soon, as have I.
What's the sad news?
No, that's the sad news.
What's that news?
Well, the happy news is I have the antidote for me. So, no, here's the deal, John. The sad news. The sad news is nope. The sad news is we have lost a music legend.
What's the happy news?
The happy news is my One Direction memorabilia is going way up in price.
As he went down, you went up.
John, good news, bad news. John, you can do this all day. This is a fucking John. Okay, sorry. We have a segment. Folks, we have a segment. We're nothing if not goddamn segmented. Is that a thing? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Fuck off. John, I need you to say your words now.
The short is my book usually likes to explain what it is, but I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock.
You know what? I will. John, it's about time someone asked me to explain something around here. Number one, folks, I don't get enough respect. That's the bad news. The good news is I'm taking it all back. I'm taking it back right now. Folks, here's the deal. On the Two-Sided Pod, we have a very strange relationship. Did I say strange? No, I said strained. I said a strained. Did you say the relationship?
And it's a strained relationship.
The thing is, we don't talk much, and it's very weird, and it's very tumultuous. So I like to say a strained. Folks, if you like literary humor, well, you've come to the damn right place. We're not here for a long time. We're here for a fucking good time. Folks, I digress. We should all I've been looking at OSHA compliance things at work. Every 90 minutes, every 30 minutes, you should take a 30-30-30. So stretch for 30 seconds, look for 30 yards away, and do 30 fucking milligrams of processed THC, MDMA, psilocybin. I mean, whatever. I'm making that third part up because I'm not an OSHA compliant officer, but I play one quite often. Folks, if you let quiet, John. The short.
The long and the short of it is,
John, I'm getting to the goddamn point. You gotta let me fucking bobbing and weaving and bobbing. Oh. John, short. 5 minutes. John, this motherfucker puts 5 minutes on the clock. He reads a headline from one single source that he's found, Lord only knows where. It could be from a reputable source, but I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I don't like to lie. I mean, not in this segment. It is very, very often untrue and like, oh, fucking, I was talking to my fucking bartender friend and he said, like, bro, that's ridiculous. And then he'll set 5 minutes, talk about it, and then we'll pick it apart for 5 minutes. After the time goes off, then we will have solved the world's problems. We are all better people have listened to a formidable discussion and coming to a conclusion like a goddamn community does. you guys. Come on, you guys. 5 minutes, John. Set the timer. Tell them what's up.
So, as always, I tell the headline of the single source article before. It is Al Pacino acted in movies he didn't relate to at 70 years old just for the money. I was
You
broke.
did that last
I had
week.
50 million and then I had nothing. Part
You-
2, my boy Pete.
Yeah. Hold on. Hoo-ah, John. Part 2. Looks like I'll get a little payback 2 times in a row. Hoo-ah. Okay, I'm ready. Go.
Continuing from Variety, quote, the kind of money I was spending and where it was going was just a crazy montage of loss. The landscaper was getting $400,000 a year, and I don't exaggerate these things. It just went on and on. Mind you, that was for landscaping at a house I didn't even live in, end quote, from Al Pacino.
Oh. Well, say hello to my little friend.
Pacino was in his 70s when he learned he was broke, adding, quote, I wasn't a young buck and I was not going to be making the kind of money from acting in films that I had made before. The big paydays. Yeah.
Keep going. You're almost the comment.
I'll finish this quote. The big paydays that I was just used to weren't coming around anymore. The pendulum had swung, and I found it harder to find parts for myself.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're living that fucking virile lifestyle. You have like a 34-year-old girlfriend that you had a baby with. You have not accepted that you are an older man who is if you were like, hey man, I'm getting old and I'm just slowing down, like, no, you're not. Like, you have a family now. You should be living the lifestyle, the financial lifestyle of a 40-year-old.
Right.
But you can't because you are now 138. Like, he's 162, John. I believe that Methuselah he came back from the dead after Heat. Heat was one of his fucking, oh my God. Gotta be ready to leave everything you have in a moment. Who? John. Or a blind man? Ugh, John. Come on. Son of a woman? So good.
Right?
Any given Sunday? So good. But I feel like
Dog Day Afternoon. There's Attica, shoot me. You know, that's great.
There's but if you move forward in this, like, I feel like as an actor, as people who, not me as him as an actor, as like, and me as a Academy Award movie viewer,
right,
and a critic, critically acclaimed watcher of cinema, John.
Yeah,
there is no end point. There is no, you find your moment. Like, you can get, there is old people, there is roles, like you can get a movie written, you can, as long as you're not fucking Joe Biden.
Right.
No one wants to see an old person acting old. You want to see if they're taking a fall, if they're doing something that's stressful. You want to know they're able-bodied. So he's great. Like, there's no reason he shouldn't be. I feel like he left the process. He left the moment. He's like, oh, I'm going to retire. But then all of a sudden, hey, you know what? I think I want a couple of kids. Hoo-ah! Look at these goddamn children.
Well,
I'm gonna marry one of them and have a baby with her. There's another kid. Hoo-ah!
Well, before he got broke, he was doing Ocean's 13 in 88 minutes, which he felt were fit his career mentality. Even though he said the 88 minutes was a disaster, but when he was broke, he had to throw out any regulations for his career and start accepting whatever roles offered up big money. The first one was Adam Sandler's notorious Jack and Jill.
Well,
And he also started doing commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now you're trying to attach yourself to names that they're floundering. Like, that's a money grab. Jack and Jill is a money grab. Anything with after the Happy Gilmore heyday became a money grab.
Right.
It's like, oh, I'm bringing my friends on, and like, oh, it's a shit enterprise, so I'm going to bring a good name on to do a thing. I don't know, man. I love me some Adam Sandler, but oof, he shit the bed in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good for him in doing Uncut Gems and the other one, fucking, that he cast his daughter in, the bat mitzvah one.
Oh, right. Well, and Punch Drunk,
that was
like
good too.
He had a
Punch Drunk was but it was good, but it was a shit movie with Don Cheadle, and that he kept redoing his house with the money he got from his wife's settlement from 9/11. Like, it was just steeped with bullshit. Like, it was good acting, but these moments, like, you're set with these moments of these, all right, here's the deal. You're in a bakery that's on fire. Everyone's allergic to gluten, and the only food for days is your cupcakes. And go. Like, what the fuck? Right? Like, it's going to be kind of fucked what you're limited to and where your emotional scope can go. So Punch Drunk, or Rain Down on Me. I'm thinking Rain Down on Me. That was with John Cheadle. Punch Drunk Love with what's her face? That was okay. But I liked his
wasn't that Paul Thomas
50 First
Anderson?
Dates. 50 First Dates was better. Like 50 First Dates, I felt was his, like, true emotionally open and silly. Like, it was just like dumb, right?
That's that Mattress Man. Wasn't that Punch Drunk?
Yeah, that was Punch Drunk.
Yeah. Punch Drunk Love, right? Yeah. That was Paul Thomas Anderson. Like, that was, I think, the kind of the beginning of his resurgence of not just the stupid comedy genre that he was known for.
Right. No, that was, it was good, but on the spectrum of his work, the canon of his work, John, he's not that old, and he didn't have a baby at 94 years old. And I feel like, that was a great segment.
Yeah. Yeah. Al Pacino apparently has a excuse for doing Jack and Jill. What is Adam Sandler's excuse? I guess that's the end of that segment.
Well, he was having kids at that point. His kids were going to college. Like, his whole thing, John, you got to make money. And, like, if you're used to a certain lifestyle and you need, like, oh shit, I need another $100,000 a year. I need $200,000 a year. John, if you have the ability to do that, and, like, oh, I just need to turn the gas on a little bit and stop fucking being in the Maldives for 9 months a year.
All the time.
Oof, John. If you ever need to make more money and, like, I guess I can't spend all my time in Brooklyn. I guess I'll have to turn the juice on to make more money, folks, because I want you to know, John L. Peacock, not only is he an amazing podcast host, he is a man about town. He is a skilled Shakespearean actor. He is a outlaw from the country. He is a bon vivant. He is dust in the wind. He is the great red hope, as we call him. He is the killer with salmonella. He is the ginger with no fucking minja. Your friend and mine, ladies and gentlemen, John L. Peacock. I don't know, John.
Cheers to that.
It seems like you. Cheers to that. Bink, bink, bink.
Big Al.
Oh no. Oh no.
Because we are gonna finish this episode up with our fourth installment, part 4 of Socialism versus Communism.
Folks, this is the time of the two-sided podcast where we all tune the fuck out. No longer listen to John L. Peacock. And we go to that special happy place in our mind movies where we no longer feel pain, distress, or angst of any kind. That's right, folks. Just take all those emotions and push them down, down, down. All right, John, we're all ready. Back to you.
In part 1, we discussed the historical beginnings of both socialism and communism. Part 2, we just started to see the differences in the basic ethos of each. Part 3, we showed a little bit of the early influences of either on different countries and the overall landscape of the world. And now in part 4, democratic socialism, a growing U.S. political movement in recent years, lands somewhere in between social democracy and communism. Like communists.
Anyone who has your two-sided bingo cards out, go ahead and stamp ethos on your card. I believe it's on the middle left. Ethos. John L. Peacock has now once again said ethos. And if you're listening, well, holy shit, you're a better person than I am. Let's talk about fascist anarchism. Nope. Whatever you were saying.
My boy Pete, so it's on the middle left of all their bingo cards, so all their bingo cards are the same?
Well, here's the deal, John. In socialism and communism, we are all one. It's all best for the entity and the one. So, John, this is the bingo cards that I send out in accordance with your wishes as the state.
Well, I did tell you all bingo cards are made equal, but some bingo cards are more equal than others. Right, I did say that.
Man, it's about time we played some bingo that is run by the government. You guys, not by those fucking fun-ass weed conglomerates that give us fun shit.
Democratic socialism, a growing U.S. political movement in recent years, blends somewhere between social democracy and communism. Like communists, democratic socialists believe workers should control the bulk of the means of production and not be subjected to the will of the free market and the capitalist classes. But they believe their version of socialism must be achieved through democratic processes rather than revolution.
The others have been talking. We're tired of living this way. We must overthrow the establishment. More for us, less for them. Or more for them, less for us. I'm not sure, but I just don't like fucking working in the fields. So if you guys have any ideas, I'm really ready to fucking get some posters up. And anyway, I'll be back on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's when we start the movement. Well, I mean, unless you're across the pond, it's Wednesday, it's 4 a.m. Greenwich Mean Standard Time. Bring your poster boards, your markers. Shh, none shall pass. Shh, none shall pass. Okay, shh, go.
But Pete, you're a real outlaw with all that. The sources
deal,
for this
John.
episode. What's the deal, my boy Pete?
The deal is, John, outlaws can't be tamed. Criminals can't be taught lessons. Where we go one. Seems like it's a fucking crowded doorway, so I'm going to use this other way.
Wow, you seem like a 3/4 criminal.
Well, I'm a mediocre outlaw. I'm a 6/8 outlaw.
Yeah.
I'm a 7/8. So I'm like, I'm a 7 7/8 outlaw. I have a big head.
The sources for this episode of Two Sided in Bed. First segment, PBS, holler.country, and cowboysindians.com. Second segment, the History Channel.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I'd like, no, John. You try to go through, but my thing is, my segment is going to be picking apart your segments. Cowboysindians.com. John, what the fuck? Lawndarts.org. It's like, shit, we played at copsandrobbers.edu. What the fuck are you talking about? That is not a real site. I say nay. Everybody cross that one out of your bingo card, that copsandrobbers.org. You don't get that fucking stamp. Fuck you, John. Move on.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't pick up holler.country. It's not holler.country.com. It is holler.country. That's right. Instead of .com, there's a .country series of websites.
Bro, no, anybody knows that. Well, holler.country is a website coming on down to your respot. Even though we don't stick around much longer, then we're gonna stay here all day in the holler.
.country.
.country.
Second segment, the History Channel, Britannica, and thoughtsco.com, and the short segment, Variety.
All right, fair enough, John. We're going to go ahead, Variety. I don't think you have a subscription. If you did, I would second guess where all of your funds are going to, because I know then you would be embezzling from the podcast if you had money to subscribe to Variety. You son of a bitch.
I subscribe to a variety of things. Don't worry about My Boy Pete.
You're the worst. If the My Boy Pete estate hears about this, you will see us in court.
Well, speaking of that estate, now it's time for your favorite game and mine. My Boy Pete. My Boy Pete's estate. What's the through line?
Here's the deal. In accordance with the wishes of my lawyers and advisors, I will ask you to repeat said segments so that we can confer and powwow and harumph as needed to then provide an answer to your query. Yep, that's it.
First segment, Outlaw Country. Second, the short is the second half of Al Pacino losing all his money in the 70s and starting to take roles that he didn't believe in. And the final was part 4 of Socialism versus Communism.
Yeah, man. I now have to say, against the advisement of my legal team and advisors, I'm going to go on a limb and say, man, try to be an outlaw too long, you're going to get fucked.
Final answer?
Here's the deal. Criminals live forever. Outlaws get fucked.
That's right, my boy Pete. Communists and country singers can be outlaws too.
That's what I said. Literally, outlaws get fucked. Criminals live forever. Yeah, John, it's like you don't even understand there's security cameras everywhere you go. Jesus Christ. Wear a fucking blazer to your next crime. You will get so much further. Allegedly.
My boy Pete, before we get out of here, is there anything from this episode you'd like to take a second glance at, a second look, a second thought, a second opinion? This is Pete's Retraction Corner.
Here's the deal, John. I don't retract anything I said. I feel like I truly feel like we should have gone deeper off the left field wall. I feel like we should have gone deep in the paint. Your bullshit, socialism, communism, outlawism, wrong kind of outlaws, wrong kind of communists, wrong Al Pacino movies. I regret nothing.
I regret nothing.
Attica! Attica! Attica!
That's a great movie.
So good.
Dr. Amsterdam. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show continuing for those listening live on the Stereo app or watching on YouTube. So if you are here now, regardless of the platform, stick around. And if you're hearing this later or want to join us in the green room for after-show wind-downs or want to throw some topics out there, email twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO, sidedpod@gmail.com. Pete, let's have a shot, and then I'll do the rest of my little spiel.
Christ, man, you talk so much. That's one thing I was looking in the comments in our show. Like, you talk too much. They said, my boy Pete is a wilting daisy. Why can't he have a few words in edgewise? Like, and I was like, I know, right? Anyway, let's do a shot. You keep talking, and I'll quiet down like a goddamn church mouse. Cheers.
That's a wrap for tonight. Go. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
I'm my boy Pete, and I'm silent like a damsel in distress. So no, that's not it. And I'm my boy Pete, fucking nervous as a three-tailed cat and rocking chair. Nope, that's not it. I'm my boy Pete. You guys, it doesn't matter. Here's the deal. I'm my boy Pete in Southern California.
And this was our show. You can eavesdrop wherever you get your podcasts and even join us live, both on our YouTube channel, handle @2sidedpod, TWO, sidedpod, all one word, and the Stereo app every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the serious and the fun, here on Two-Sided. Love you, Pete.
Love you, John. Not anymore. Do it. All right, I'll do it. Folks, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are the Two-Sided Pod, and we are officially in the green room. That's right. All of your persistence has paid off. You have now made it to the place where we can talk freely. We are no longer encumbered by the shackles and the ne'er-do-wells that surround us. Nay, John is no longer here. Now we speak freely. What shall we talk about? Oh, yes. Oh, no, never mind. I would normally go into play messages, but John said, oh, no, you can't play messages because we have to do a thing. And here's the deal, folks. If you know a podcasting engineer who can do live shit on stereo, let us know. Slide in the DMs. If you can't, well, welcome to the party. Oh, shit. John is here. Jesus Christ. He's going to be leaving the messages. Hear me out. He's going to leave 2 messages. They're going to be awful. We're going to play them, but he'll come in and he'll like fix a thing and do a thing. And like, they're going to come in hot. They're going to come in later, like 15 minutes later. And it's going to be where no one's going to expect them. And they're going to be awful. Ugh, guys, look, quiet. Here he comes. He's going to come in. He's going to ask for a star. We're going to give it to him. it's the worst episode of Twilight Zone you've ever seen. Like, it's truly, I have all the time for these books, but where are my glasses? I can't see. Where are they? Oh no. Yeah, John, that's you. You're the fucking old. All right, quiet. Tell them what's happening, John. Turn your camera on. Tell them what's happening before you make a fool of us all.
I don't need to turn my camera on because it's all you, my boy
Yeah,
Pete. You're going to play messages.
No. You do. Sit down. It takes 2 seconds to click the button. Sit down. Be a human. We're after show. Oh my God. Yeah, put your pants back on.
I'm going to go for a little bit. My boy Pete's going to play the messages. My boy Pete, mute up on Zoom, and you're good to go.
Here's the deal. Don't tell me about business. You mute me. I gave you the admin. You do it. I do nothing. Look at my hands, John.
See that, guys? All you do is bitch, moan, yell enough, and they do it for you. A little pro tip. If you yell enough at John, he will make things happen. Horrible lesson learned.
Just like every ginger has his thorn. Yeah, break it down. Okay, so the part we were laughing about American Beauty and John Pico's head superimposed onto the body of Sylvino. I mean, can you hate the fact that Kevin Spacey was in it? No, you can't. He made Nat Fanning in that film. Come on, let's go.
He was great, and the thing is, I'm not mad at him for art from the artist. Like, if you could separate it, he was great. I loved. All I can think of is American Beauty. When he was the president, Duck. Doesn't matter. Anyway, great show.
Hey, you cut off my message about puppeteering. I think John would be a great puppeteer, especially with his peacock. I'm waiting to see. Hey.
Don't ever. Like, the thing is, he is a puppeteer, and we don't want to instigate that. He'll bring puppets to the show, and it's very rough.
Okay, that's fair. But the thing that just makes me laugh, right? Okay, I just looked at the Wikipedia entry for American Beauty because I have not seen that shit in way too long. Kevin Spacey just really did a job in it. But let's be honest, that shows how good an actor he is. He's gay. He torments, young people, but he was in American Beauty. Just think about that. Think about that. When you put it all into context, it's okay.
He got acquitted on some of his things, so, like, granted, he's back with courts, like, all right, but at the same time, he did get acquitted. Just like, who was the other one? Justin Rowland from Rick and Morty, where it was 2 years, and then all the shit against him got dropped, and his case got dropped and everything, but damage was done, man. You're already fucked. Granted, I think it's a little different with Kevin. I don't know.
Again, this shows how much I have forgotten about American Beauty, which is a fucking banging film. Okay, number one, you have Chris Cooper in it. How the fuck do you forget about Chris Cooper? Amazing side character. Another amazing side character is Peter Gallagher. And what you realize, see how I say Gallagher, not Gallagher, you stupid Americans. No, again, not really. I love you all. Okay, but the thing is, right, okay, so Peter Gallagher, his middle name is Killian. Who do that? Except for Blaney, he did, and everyone loves him. But no, But yeah, his middle name, Peter Killian Gallagher. So that's when you realise he's an amazing human being, and he has my heart always. Love you, Peter Gallagher. You're an amazing man.
All right. Do you like aluminium? What about sausage McBiscuits? The way you pronounce your fucking consonants is upsetting to us across the pond. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Okay, so am I the only one that detected you laughing when you said the sad news? No, I'm laughing, talking about you laughing about the sad news. It's true, this is not my music, so I don't give a fuck. Obviously, I care about him being dying, but at the same time, it happens.
Right. It's an imperfect world. Screws fall out all of the time.
I just want to tell you both, good luck. We're all counting on you.
Surely you can't be serious.
I just want to tell you both, good luck. We're all counting on you.
I picked a hell of a week to stop sniffing glue.
And don't call me Shirley. Yeah.
See, folks, we finish each other's burritos.
Okay, a couple of things. I said Silvino, it's Silvario. I was getting mixed up. Mira Silvino, she is the daughter of the late Paul Silvino that was in, what film was that? That was in, Goodfellas. Damn Goodfellas. Good film. Good and watch it.
Oh, yeah, that was good. Okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah. And also, Goodfellas was good, fellas, but it overshadowed another great gangster movie or mobster movie of State of Grace about the Westies. John C. Reilly was his first role. John Turturro, those are both minor roles, but it was starring Sean Penn, Robin Wright from House of Cards, where Kevin Spacey was the president, as you were talking about earlier. Robin Wright also, Jenny from Forrest Gump, or Princess Buttercup from The Princess Bride. Great actor. What is it? Ed Harris, Kevin Spacey. Not Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey's not in this film. Sorry. Sean Penn. State of Grace. Oh, and the great Gary Oldman. He says it's his favorite and best role. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is where I talk about State of Grace. No, we already did that, right? It is a really good film. So it was released the same year as Goodfellas, and so it was completely overshadowed. But it is about the Westies, which is an Irish gang, Hell's Kitchen, in the 80s. And it was very realistic, based off the book, The Westies, where Goodfellas was very stylized and, Scorsese and big. And so it got all the attention. But it's a really good film. So check it out. My boy Pete is potting right now. He likes me to always say he's going tinkles. He's making water. He's tapping a kidney. But I'm one who really flounders on my own. So I fear change, and it's the two-sided, not the one-sided. My boy Pete always has messages to bounce off of, and he does all of them before bringing me back on and leaving me to doom, doom. what is that? What is it from? Oh, Invader Zim. Hey, anyone ever see Invader Zim? That was a really disturbing show for being a Nickelodeon cartoon. I could watch one soon, but my boy Pete will be back and we'll have wonderful conversations. And for those not seeing anything, I'm holding a dog right now. She's real cute. She's a little tired. Yeah. How are you? Hey, how's the weather? What else did I ask? How was your week? Ladies and gentlemen, how was your week? We haven't seen each other or heard each other. Been around in the communal aspect of the stereo YouTube treatises. How were the past 7 days from last Tuesday/Wednesday to this Tuesday/Wednesday? I guess it's Wednesday across the board. No, Arizona and California. No, not going there. Arizona and California are not into Wednesday yet, but they will be. They will be soon enough. Right? No, I'll wait for people to respond to my amazing questions. No, nothing. All right, fine. Now is the winter of our discontents made glorious summer by this sun of yours. All the clouds that lowered upon our house, deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with glorious fruits, our lucid arms hung up for monuments, our sternalorums changed to merry meetings, our delightful measures to dreadful marches. I messed it up. Anyway. And now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasings of the lute. Isn't that right, my boy Pete? The lute. So, actually, I believe that was Pete's first instrument before he took up clarinet. And he won't tell you, but he was actually a master of the kazoo long before this podcast. I think that's why he's so jealous of our opening track, because I didn't get him for that part. I don't know. You know, even some No. Breakdown? No, breakthrough. Oh, there was a couple of things I wanted to mention. So yeah, the Trevor Wilburys. I think we got most people out there. Let us know that they're all dead. So it's Roy Orbison and Tom Petty and George Harrison and some other dude and Bob Dylan. It's like the $1 Million Quartet. It's Jerry Lee Lewis and Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash and that other guy, Carl Perkins. Where was it? Oh yeah, and the Outlaws. It's Waylon, as Muse Lover loves for us to be on a first name basis with all those stars. So it's Waylon, Willie, Johnny, and Chris. Chris with a K, everybody. Get it straight. And Chris with a K just passed away. R.I.P. Chris with a K. Mr. Christopherson. We love your work. He really skyrocketed to fame in the 70s version of A Star is Born, which we talked about a couple of episodes ago. He was what's his name? Bradley Nolly? Bradley Nolly? Yeah, the Bradley Nolly role of
Fuck your couch, Sean. I don't know, folks, what you've been dealing with. I've been going through a lot myself. It's time for my boy Pete's Confession Corner. That's right, folks. Come on down to the altar and tell me your hopes, your dreams, your ambitions, all the woes that have been burned upon you from John L. Peacock speaking in your goddamn ear holes aggressively, unadulterated for the last 14 minutes. It doesn't probably, it's not that. It's probably 9 minutes. I don't know. It seemed aggressive to me. Like, why do I got to keep making phone calls? Why do people calling me? Fucking, yeah. Okay, PO, I'm at home. Yes, I know my ankle monitor was beeping, but I had shit to do earlier. I'm home now. Bullshit.
Well, I'm pouring myself a shot after that.
Well, John, I don't think there's anything better to do than pour yourself a shot. Folks, when you've had a long day on the trail, when it's a two-sided night, on a Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, and you saddle up and you lay down with your pack horse and your peacock right there at the campfire side. Well, folks, it may be 4 a.m. Greenwich Mean we're sandwich time if you're across the pond. Well, that ain't no excuse to light them fires and raise them glasses. Two-sided pod. It's a whiskey for the trail. It's a whiskey for the ages. Two-sided. Drink them if you got them.
Cheers, everybody. You're welcome for listening. A cow.
Bink, bink, bink. John, that's... That's it. If the Hulu thing doesn't work out for the 4-part series of Outlaw Country, John, I'm really pushing for the two-sided whiskey. If we can brand it, we can sell it, and we can drink it, John, then we can grow it. If you drink it, they will buy it.
That's good, but I like your initial spiel. It's a great tagline. When you have your pack horse and your peacock out there by the fireside, two-sided whiskey.
Right. If you don't like enunciation and you hate gingers, drink some pack horse whiskey, because them whores ain't gonna drink it by themselves.
You stretch word for word. You have your pack horse and your peacock there by the fireside.
I said pack horse.
Oh.
Here's the deal, man.
That's less funny.
If you've been on the trail for 14 days, you've most likely jerkied your peacock. And you're
longer.
And you're eyeing your pack horse with a sense that you haven't since Silver Dollar City. It's times like these when you're reaching your saddlebag, you get the two-sided whiskey distilled one time, so you'll still go blind. That's right. Two-sided whiskey. Fuck your couch and fuck your vision. John, that's fucking funny. That's funny. You know how you can go to wineries now and there's like different places and little pop-ups like, oh, do your own wine. It costs like $400 and you have a whining thing. Like, here's the things you can use from their wines and mix them and make your own label. And it's like, oh, look, it's a fucking bachelor party night. I don't know what your bachelor parties are like, John. Whatever. Fill in the blank of whatever party you're going to. Fuck off.
Homegrown wine.
Hey, you bros want to fucking fist fight in the alley and fucking label some wines? Fuck yeah, I do, bro.
And then we'll watch the movie Bachelor Party.
You know what? But not in that order. I like to not bleed on my labels. Also, to have a bottle of wine to crack across the skull of a sucker who doesn't realize we're on a boys' night. But if you could do that for whiskeys, John.
Uh-huh.
John, if you could do that, whiskeys. For whiskeys, John?
Yeah.
Oof. I would pay quite the pretty penny to have a two-sided whiskey.
You know, to be
Hey,
a bourbon, it only needs to be in the barrel for a couple of minutes.
two-sided whiskey, two-sided bourbon, drained through a barrel and an old boot. Fuck your couch and your vision. This is fucking pure grain alcohol. Nah, that's bourbon. Bourbons have extra boot flavor in them. Oh, no, barrel flavor in them.
No, they have extra flavor to boot.
Boots and barrels. Town's a fish. Bourbon's a barrel. But you don't have to take my word for it. I'm just my boy Pete. Here's some great. Fuck off, John. I don't know how to be the Reading Rainbow LeVar Burton, but you don't have to take my word for it.
Just read a book. Take a look. Reading Rainbow.
Folks, you don't have to take my word for it. Read the back of the label. Take a look. Unless you're blind. Barely distilled. Walked by an oak barrel on the way to the boot. Two-sided bourbon. Can it be called a bourbon? We don't know. We're guessing you can't read if you're buying this. Two-sided bourbon. Fuck your couch. Fuck your intelligence. Two-sided. Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific. That's 75 proof.
LeVar Burton may read banned books, but we drink banned bourbon. Two-sided.
Hey, you might like LeVar Burton from Star Trek: The Next Generation or Reading Rainbow, but you'll love him when you're hammered drunk on two-sided bourbon. Not made with any distinct flavors, but it'll get you fucked up. Two-sided bourbon. Check out some Star Trek.
His character drank two-sided bourbon. That's why he was blind. Little known fact.
Here's the deal, John. If you believed in the power of the Lord's forgiveness, he would have been healed long ago. That's galactic saviorism right there.
I'm so glad nobody's listening.
Here's the deal, folks. We don't necessarily want to run for office, but we feel kind of obligated to do so as one giant man in a single suit. Don't ask us how it's going to work, but politics is very complicated. Anyway, thank God no one's listening, or otherwise we would never be able to pull it off.
That's right, my boy Pete. I agree.
This is bullshit, John. You got to work on your core and your quads because you know I have to be the head to filibuster. So you have to support me. That's on you. That's your journey, bud. Fucking, you got to start doing fucking Lithuanian squats. Like you got to get fucking East Germany on that shit. Like fucking get them quads going. I need to see Usain Bolt. You look like a fucking Jamaican sprinter.
Just. I was thinking more of the side-by-side two men in a suit. I think that's more apt for a politician run.
No.
We're doing.
No.
We got to go upsy downsy. We'd be like 14 feet tall.
Yeah, but people like a strong, large American hero. A two-sided head, John. The Christian right will never allow that. That's blasphemy and sent from the devil. John, when they dig up our past, and they will if we have two heads, it'll never fly. If we're a tall drink of water, John, we can get away with some silver-tongued lying at least until the primaries. John, I've worked this all out with my fucking team. Just shut up and start doing squats. We're gonna make it to the goddamn big time, baby.
Well, they do say that many times the tallest nominee wins. So All right, I'm in. All right, I got to go to Lithuania for a little bit.
About a nickel for every time I said that after a fucking show. Holy shit.
We got pockets of pap.
Fair enough. Here we go.
Uh-oh, guys. I hate to break it down, but I've been listening this whole time. And yeah, sure, the galactic of the garage of the federations that made couches near you might not have said fuck that couch. They said fuck yours and the horse that they rode in on, because there's no horses here. I'm inside. I use my inside voice, you guys. What is going on with the freaking True Story pod in the green room? I'm excited and I can't yell. But I've been listening. I've been having a week. My week has been full of adventure and fun time. I had a come to Jesus meeting too, at the head of this week. So I'm looking pretty good. Looking all right. I mean, can't complain. Shout out to the beautiful Julie. Muse Lover, Rub the Dub. What's good? John Pete, looking handsome.
Love you, girl. So glad you're here, Faith. So glad you're here.
Yeah, always.
Those come to Jesus conversations, man. They're good, man, if you're on the right side of them.
Huh?
If you're on the other side, sometimes they ain't so friendly. Like, I don't even worship here. Y'all have an ashtray or no? All right, that's cool. That's cool.
Because of the ego's natural defense that is triggered, I would say basically always with come to Jesus conversations. How often do you think that a come to Jesus conversation doesn't work, where the person just doubles down, they just dig in and they're like, nah.
I'd say, here's the deal: if you are on the giving end of it, it is dependent on the skill of the person on the giving end.
Okay. Really?
I'm not saying 100%. I'm not saying there's a blanket term because it skews all of your data, right? If you say blanket term, it's going to be lower, right? If you say people who are just like, I'm fed up and here's the deal, and it's either my way or the motherfucking highway.
Right.
I would say that works like maybe 10% of the time.
Yeah.
But I feel if you do it the correct way, if you feel like you're like, hey man, you want to grab a hot pocket, fucking hang out, sit on the stoop for a minute, fucking catch up, old times, right? And you start chopping it up, and you, hey man, you know what I was thinking? Hey, here's this, and it's like you've made your inroads, you've done all the groundwork, you're now at a steady foot level. Now you
There's
can
humanity,
introduce the topic.
There's friendship that is understood. Like, you're not coming in with a piece of paper. I love you so much, and this is how you hurt me. Right? It's not that. It's
that's
hey,
fun
bro.
too.
Is that
that's
fun?
Also fun too.
Does that work?
No, John. The thing is, again, it goes to your facilitator. So you bring in your people who are going to write those things like, hey, because you sit with the facilitator, write what you feel. And they're all fucking idiots anyway.
Right.
Or they're not.
Or they're not.
Their words are, this is your platform. And the facilitator will be like, hey, here's the deal. Come on in. This is so Grandma Sarah is going to say some words that might be a little hurtful, but I need you to just sit quietly and listen. Yeah. No, you can sit by the window and smoke for sure. Just listen and don't interrupt, and that's all we ask, because Grandma Sarah has been here for you a long time. I didn't like what you did and the things you took all my pain medicine and sometimes you made me feel it. okay, isn't that a great time? It's not about those words. It's about someone who facilitates them, Sean.
Right.
I'm not a full-time therapist, but I have a part-time golf caddy. And I feel like that has made me very hyper aware of interpersonal relationships. And what I can say from that is I think you're going to need to lay out from here. There's no way you're making it to the green from this conversation. So I'd go ahead and get a 7-iron, lay up, and we'll shoot it from there. Huh? Okay. That's my professional opinion.
That's a good professional opinion. All right. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. What about the people who are just defiant, right? Um, I guess there's no. You can't help. I can't help you if you can't help yourself. I guess that's a moot point, right?
Right. Here's the deal, John. I didn't give you bootstraps for a reason for you not to pull yourself up by them, boy. No,
Right.
That's the whole thing. Yeah, there some people you just can't reach. Which is the way he wants it. Well, John, that's the way you're gonna get it. Here's the deal. Like I get that. I get it. And there is that, and then you weigh out where you committed in this journey, right? How much are you willing to give of yourself for this process? At what point dealer out and you look at your pit boss, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna need a replacement. This deck is fucking dead and I have a smoke break coming.
Right.
Once you hit that point, like you're not going to be any help to anyone if you stay in any longer. You need to take care of yourself first, but at the same time, like, is it worth it? Are you trying it the right way or are you trying it the wrong way? How is the right way? Just to be there, right? Just to be there. Hey man, I'm here. You want to talk? No. You want to not? Cool. You want to get coffee? Cool. Hey man, I wanted to get food? Like, cool. Whatever, clever, and they know you're gonna fucking talk to me or not, whatever.
Right.
As long as you're there, it's a presence.
It's holding space, right?
Fucking brug. Yeah, just hold space, man.
Yeah, that's what a good facilitator does, right? Reminds the person that the people who are talking, even if they're reading and it's not very eloquent, these are the people that love you. They're here for a reason.
Right.
You care about them, right? Yes? Yeah. Okay. Well, then just hear them out. Okay. Stop interrupting Grandma. Okay. Let her finish. Just let her finish. Just listen. Right.
Perfect. I'm glad you're all here because I'm pulling off the biggest heist this city has ever seen. You 4 are the key bearers to the safe. You 7 hold the keys to the gate and the guards who command them. You, the facilitator, are the commander-in-chief and only one who knows the code. How did we all get here? Oh, Ocean's 11 be damned. This is where the true obsession comes to play. John, shall we have cocktails and ketamine while it all plays out? I mean, I don't want to be an addict, but I feel like you should all use a sedative when it all comes to light. Oh, Grandma, sit down! Oh, John, tell me that you wouldn't watch that as a fucking teaser trailer on a fucking Hulu original? Fuck you if you don't, John.
Al Pacino will probably do it. He needs the money.
Hooah! Grandma, you're old as shit. I'm 128. You must be 222. Ha!
See, Chris Rock, like Al Pacino.
You're gonna die on any given Sunday. Maybe this, maybe next. Hooah!
Fuck you, John. You don't even get it.
Do you want to know how scary it was for me to have to go to Jesus, thinking I was already with Jesus? Well, I'll start at the top since you guys have, done the show. I had what some might call a nervous instinctual breakdown of my system. I was working a long week. I think I did like a 12, 13, 14, 12 4-day shift, and I was beat. It was creeping around 3:30 o'clock in the morning, and here comes 4 looking real lonely. And for whatever the reason was, I didn't think the sun was going to come up, and I was contemplating everything. I was outside looking at the wind, checking the freaking flagpole to see if it was still going, because I figured we'd flipped upside down, and I was in the Netherlands. It was crazy. But Jesus came, and the sun rised. It was good.
I'm saying, man, yeah, there's those dark moments. Those hit, and especially the night shifts, man. Those night shifts get to your head. They get in there.
Like proper sleep, long hours. That's a hefty work week right there. What she's saying, 12, 13, 12. Oh,
Yeah, and then you look at John. Look at those bags under his eyes. His buttons can't even stay together because they're so tired. They can't even hold on. They're so sleepy.
Even my buttons are sagging.
Oh, I'm a John L. Peacock shirt button. I just can't hold on any longer. Oh, no. But seriously, John.
Yeah.
Get a fucking stylist. Do something with your... Figure something out. You know what? No, not that. No, stop. All right, well, folks, it's about 11 o'clock. John L. Peacock starts making weird faces and doing shit with his hair. So that's the time on the Two-Sided Pod where we sign out. Chuck deuces, fucking bump out like we stole something. Ain't that right, John?
We'll be back in 2 and Tuesday. You know what I mean? 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. When is that across the pond?
It's Wednesday mornings, 4 a.m. Greenwich Sandwich time. If you're across the pond, Chuck Woolery. I want better from you. I love you, bud. I'll see y'all later. Have a great evening. See you next week.